doing. I know there's more exciting things that's going on. And every time I come, I just want to give you like a little bit of encouragement that maybe Adam could or would give you, but he's the guy. And so it's sometimes you got to hear from the guy that's not the guy. And you guys need to understand that Pastor Adam, your team here, the staff here, the leadership here, what's happening here is unique because I always talk to them about this tension. There's a tension in what we do when we're part of churches where we want to be led of the Spirit and we want to be aware of the strategy. Want to be led of the Spirit, we want to be aware of the strategy. You say, well, why is that a tension? Because we need to know what God is saying specifically for Radiant and this community in this time. How do we need to be directed? But we also need to be intentional and strategic and planning around how do we actually do that. And that's a tension. A lot of the churches that I get to be alongside, they will lean hard one way or the other, and that's okay. But they'll be like, no, we just do what God wants. Like, we just wait for God to tell us what to do. And sometimes I just picture God going, I've told you, like, do something. Like, let's go, right? Like, have a plan. And then there's others I wonder if they've heard from God in the last 5 years, and they're just running the play, and it looks slick and all of that. And it's like, what's God? So what's interesting about Radiant is that tension that we're actually embracing, like, what is God doing? What is God saying? And then how do we execute that in a way that reflects God, reflects how he would want us to do in ways that are excellent in quality. And so if you're new here today, and I met a few of you out in the lobby today, if you're new here today, you're visiting, you're new to the area, or maybe you're just in that summer kind of slide around and see what's going on, you have found an amazing place. But this is not the amazing part. This room is amazing, but the amazing part is the community here and the engagement, if you will allow it to happen, that will engage your family, your children, and will provide steps for you to engage not only with the church community, but also get closer to Christ. And so if that's the kind of church you're looking for, you found it, and I hope that you will engage there. Well, a few years ago, it's been over a decade now, my family went on an outing. You ever do a family outing that just goes bad? Maybe yesterday. We had this glorious idea of what the day was going to be. My kids were younger, and we thought this would be an amazing activity. We happened to be in the Pacific Northwest. We were up in the Seattle area. We were on a vacation for a week, and my wife and I got the idea that it would be really cool to canoe with young kids. It would be great. Now, before you ask, I'll just tell you, I had never canoed before, nor had she. But there was a place that you could go and rent canoes, and they insisted that you'll be fine. And so we went and we packed. We had the picnic lunch, and we packed the whole thing. And we had done a little bit of research, and so we knew that we would rent the